This is Jairzinho, and despite being an 89 rated icon on eafc, Jairzinho never won the Ballon d'Or, although it wasn't his fault. And there are two good reasons as to why he couldn't win it. Back then, only Europeans were able to win the award, and he was also in the same era as Pele. Today, we put Jairzinho in 2024 to try to finally win him the Ballon d'Or. Starting season 1, and Jairzinho is at his former club, Marseille. We only have one rule for this video, and that is we have to keep Jairzinho at Marseille. Even though he is 89 rated, we need to get that rating higher if we have any hopes of winning the Ballon d'Or. Kicking off Jairzinho's campaign with Marseille, and it started extremely well as Jairzinho had instant impact, getting an assist, of which did end up winning his first game at 1-0. 4 games in, and Marseille are currently sat in 5th place, having won 2 and drawn 2. Jairzinho, though, starting extremely well, as in 4 games he has picked up 2 assists and 1 goal. Jairzinho is back facing the giants of France, and that is PSG. But Jairzinho did not care, as he started off scoring a lovely goal to make it 1-0. And later on in the game, Jairzinho had a lovely ball over the top, which he dinked across goal to make it 2-0 through a lovely assist. Ousmane Dembele did manage to bring a goal back to make it 2-1, although it did not matter in the end, as we did end up winning the game at 2-1. Halfway through the season, and Marseille have pushed up into 2nd place, although they are still 6 points behind leaders PSG. We are still in the Coupe de France, where we face Reims, and after 18 games, Jairzinho stacking up 8 goals and 6 assists in his first season back at Marseille. I would say that is pretty impressive. But next up, we do have the round of 16 in the Coupe de France, and we do end up winning the game 4-2, Jairzinho making more impact. The quarter-final, where we face Paris FC, and we do smash them yet again 3-1, Jairzinho with 2 goals. The semi-finals, where we face Clermont, and we do seal our ticket to the final as we beat them 3-1. And we have got very lucky, as we do not face PSG in the final, we actually face Metz, and it's our first chance to pick up some silverware for Jairzinho. And there was only 1 goal in it, and it came from a lovely bit of play from the 2 players, linking back to Jairzinho, and Jairzinho slotted it home to give us a 1-0 victory over Metz. And that does, of course, mean Jairzinho lifts his first trophy. End of the season, and of course, PSG have walked away with the Ligue 1 trophy, completely obliterating the league by 21 points. Although we did end the season on a high, as we did manage to pick up the Coupe de France against Metz. And Jairzinho at the end of the season is now up to a 90 overall, and his stats are looking pretty good. And Jairzinho in his first season has made instant impact with Marseille, 21 goals and 14 assists in just 41 games for Jairzinho. Unfortunately, though, I do not think we have done enough at all to win the Ballon d'Or. And of course, it goes without saying we did not win the Ballon d'Or, so we are into season 2. And we are starting off with a final. It's the Trophy to Champs up against PSG. Whoa, hold up. You haven't liked the video yet. You also haven't subscribed. So please, make sure you do that, or I will get Hasbulla on the case. And we did try our best. Jairzinho getting inside very nicely, trying to dink it inside. However, it was just not enough to beat the keeper. PSG up the other end did get through with Marco Asensio, who did slot it home, of course, to make it 1-0. And PSG did end up finishing us off with Barcola, who did go through to make it 2-0. And of course, we did lose the Trophy to Champs against PSG. Halfway through the season, and Marseille are currently sat in 3rd place, although they are only 2 points behind PSG. However, it is Nice leading the way on 37 points. Of course, we are still in the Coupe de France up against Nantes, and the Champions League is going surprisingly well, as we are sat in 5th place. And Jairzinho coming away from 25 games played, picking up 23 goal contributions, of course 16 goals and 7 assists. A very, very good half of the campaign for Jairzinho. Moving on into the Champions League, though, where we face Arsenal in the round of 16, and we do get smacked in our first game, losing 4-1. And in the reverse fixture, we do get slapped again, as we lose 7-2 on aggregate. We are into the semi-finals of the Coupe de France, though, where thankfully we do get a good result, beating them 3-0. And of course, that means we are into the final of the Coupe de France up against Lille. Although it was not the best start, as we did end up going down 1-0, where they got a lucky near post goal. Although Marseille was not having it, as Jonathan David did fire back to make it 1-1. And that meant the game did go to penalties, where we ended up winning through Lewis Martin entirely, and Jairzinho picks up his second trophy of the video. End of the season, and of course, PSG have won the league yet again, although Marseille finishing in 5th place, which does of course mean we miss out on Champions League football next season. Of course, we did lose the Trophy to Champs up against PSG 2-0. We did of course get knocked out in the round of 16 of the Champions League, getting slapped up by Arsenal, although we did end the season on a high yet again as we beat Lille 4-3 on penalties to win the Coupe de France. Jairzinho though is starting to mean business, as he is now up to a 91 overall, and his stats are starting to look pretty insane. And his stats are pretty insane: 30 goals and 13 assists for Jairzinho in 53 games. A very, very impressive season for him. Is it enough to win the Ballon d'Or? I don't think we've got enough trophies at club level to do it, so unfortunately no. And of course it was not enough to win the Ballon d'Or, so we start off season 3 with another final up against PSG. And this could be the sign of the season, as ties did start to change. We started off extremely well with Jonathan David scoring. PSG did fight straight back though, as Barcola dinked a header into the back post. Marseille and Jairzinho were not lying down though, as we did get another goal to make it 2-1 through Jonathan David. PSG did manage to get a very lucky goal here, as the keeper did make a save, and it was just a mess up from the defenders where they did equalise to make it 2-2. Jairzinho was not having it though, as very late in this game he did get through to make it 3-2, and we did pick up the Trophy to Champs against PSG, of course winning 3-2. And that of course means trophy number 3 for Jairzinho. Halfway through the season, and Marseille have eventually took the lead in the league. I mean, it's only 1 point difference, but we will take it. Hopefully we can keep this momentum up, of course, until the end of the season. Of course, still in the Coupe de France, and the Europa League is also going pretty well, as Marseille are sat in 6th place. And Jairzinho has levelled up again, as he is up to now a 92 overall, and his stats are looking ridiculous. And that coincides with his goal contributions, as he is currently on 19 goals and 7 assists in 25 games, which is a ridiculous first half of the season. We are into the round of 16 of the Europa League up against AC Milan, and we do start off well, beating them 1-0 away from home. And in the reverse leg we did manage to get through, as we beat them 2-1. We are also into the semi-finals of the Coupe de France yet again, and we do completely obliterate them 4-0 to give us another ticket to the final. Quarter-final of the Europa League, where we face another French team in Lille. The first game is just a boring 1-1 draw, although the second leg was not boring at all, as it ended up finishing 5-4 and Jairzinho scoring the winner. Our hardest challenge yet, as we face Tottenham in the semi-finals, although we do beat them 2-1. And the reverse leg was another exciting game, as we did beat them 5-4 on aggregate, which of course means we are into the final of the Europa League. Talking of finals, we have got another final here, and it is of course the Coupe de France, where we do face PSG. Jairzinho though was on a mission, as he skipped a challenge from Davies, turned inside and managed to get a shot off to make it 1-0 through what was a lovely goal. And we did manage to finish him off, as Jairzinho did pass through our striker, who did manage to make it 2-0, and of course the game did end at that. And that means trophy number 4 for Jairzinho. Moving straight on to another final though, it is the Europa League final this time, where we do face Ajax. And our team going into this game is looking pretty good. Jairzinho now up to a 93. Jairzinho has got some space up this wing. He's dipping inside, back out again, trying to make something here. Nobody's getting into position. It's still Jairzinho. Can he take it himself? Unfortunately, he can't. Jairzinho, you've got some more space here. Passes out wide to Murillo. Can he find Jairzinho again? He's got a bit of space on the edge of the box. Goes for goal. That's unlucky. Ajax on the attack. Gets a bit of space. Goes for goal. That's a horrible deflection, but what a block that was. Oh, Ajax with a nice pass through there. Get a bit of space. Goes for goal. Nice save. Ajax on the attack yet again. It gets another shot off it. It's another great save. Jairzinho up this wing in the 60th minute. Has got some space in the middle. Cuts inside, cuts back again. That is unreal from Jairzinho, and Jairzinho scores it to make it 1-0 for Marseille, and what a goal that was from him. Rabiot, oh what a ball that is to Jairzinho. All he has to do is finish it, and he does. Jairzinho tucks it home to make it 2-0. And surely that is Europa League coming to Marseille. And there we go. Game over. Marseille have won the Europa League. Of course, that means trophy number 5 for Jairzinho. What a campaign he is having this season. And after 34 games in the league and only losing 1 game, it was enough for Marseille to win the league on a ridiculous 93 points. Which of course means trophy number 6 for Jairzinho. And that is the quadruple this season. As of course, alongside the league, we did win the Trophy to Champions. We also won the Coupe de France, beating PSG 2-0. And of course, beating Ajax 2-0 in the Europa League final. And of course, Jairzinho finishing the season on a 93 overall with ridiculous stats. And his goal contributions this season have been absolutely ridiculous. He's played 58 games, scored 50 with 14 assists, equaling a total of 64 goal contributions in 58 games. The question is though, is it enough to win the Ballon d'Or? Of course, obliterating the Ligue 1 Golden Boot by 10 goals. But here we go, it's crunch time. Is Jairzinho finally going to take home the Ballon d'Or after a ridiculous season? He does, of course he does. That season was just next level. He didn't even have to win the Champions League. The Europa League was enough. I mean, those goal contributions just spoke for themselves. And Jairzinho, of course, walks home with the Ballon d'Or.